Catching up with Taylor men's basketball head coach Josh Andrews before they start the second round of Crossroads League play against the Spring Arbor Cougars, the defending national champions. Before we do that, let's go back to Tuesday's game against Huntington. A game where offense was aplenty, so if you did not like defense, that was the game for you on Tuesday. Both teams shot over 50%. It seemed like it was going to be one of those games where whoever had the ball last would probably come away with it. Huntington makes just a couple more plays, and they get a couple of defensive stops late in that second half. Was that the biggest difference on Tuesday night? Was that Huntington had those two late stops or a couple late stops when they needed them?
Yeah, they just made an extra play or two, than we did in that game. That the flow of that game, you and I mentioned it afterwards, was not what we had desired. It was as much more of an offensive focused game than kind of a staple Taylor basketball game, at least from Coach Andrews' perspective. And, when they get flowing and they feel in rhythm, they're just really, really good. And we knew that they've been that way, and we had just some defensive miscues. If we could go back and script that game again, we would have defended differently out of the gates. We just didn't have our guys on the same page. It hurt us. But we fought, executed really well, and down the stretch there, they had a couple plays go their way and a couple that didn't go ours. I thought Platt hit a huge three to go up 5. There's a monster shot late. You got to credit them for making some big plays. So we try to learn from that and quickly adjust and right the ship here going into the back half of conference.
Second game back with C.J. Pena in the lineup after missing 6 weeks. How do you think the team's adapting to putting C.J. back in there after they were on such a really good streak, winning 3 of the first 4 games to start 2020?
Yeah, it's hard. We got out of the first 4 games. We had a certain rhythm about us and kind of us against the world. We're small and we're without a guy who's made such impact this year and last year, and C.J. and you bring him back, and we know the best version of the team is with him included. And it's kind of hard to say we've lost 2 games, so you probably make more out of it than what it is. But just finding flow and helping him to get his legs all the way back, and you got to do some of that in the game. And he's done some really good things. He's been so efficient around the rim. And, as a team, we just have to continue to dissect and analyze what's happening in game and then after game, have short memory, but then apply the changes to what's going forward. And I think this team has so much great basketball ahead of them, and he's going to continue to do good things for us.
I don't want anyone out there thinking that I'm blaming CJ for anything, but you always would love to add a guy that averages 18 points and 11 rebounds. But is it almost in that scenario too, kind of like maybe the beginning of the season with a new freshman after you had to change things? A month and a half is a long time, and there's a lot of games in there. So it's almost kind of going back to a preseason mindset of kind of reteach things with a new player that hasn't been here before.
Yeah, I don't know if it's as much. It's a good question. I don't know if it's as much reteaching as it is kind of refreshing and then getting the body and the game instincts and the demand of the game. And you're not coming back and playing non-conference games. You're playing in this league where everybody knows everything about you, and it's just so well prepared, and there just is a sense of urgency at all times. And so to get back to that place, and he's actually done a really good job of it. As a group, we have to approach the game and compete in the game at a level that gives us the best chance. We think we did that as well as we could Tuesday, and that was disappointing. But we got to get right back to it here with Spring Arbor, and we've got a great chance to have success in the back half of conference.
We're talking with Taylor men's basketball head coach before they start the second half of league play with the aforementioned Spring Arbor Cougars, last year's national champions. They bring back, if you were going to pick a 3-on-3 team, you've got a guy that's probably going to be one of the first guys taken in Paul Marindet. He's a senior, so I'm sure you'll share the idea of every other opponent. You're happy to watch him graduate at the end of the year. How tough is it to defend him? Because he is a big guard. He makes big shots. He has a really knack for just making plays when Spring Arbor needs him.
I think what's so impressive about about Paul is that the team plays like he plays. I think that's when you know you have a true leader, guy that's a program changer, which is what I believe Coach Cottingham would say about him in his time. He's gotten better every year. But they compete how Paul Marindet competes, and it's a real honor to go against him. And there's been times we've had real success in defending him, and there's been times where he's really hurt us. And he's going to do a lot of really good things. It's just picking your poison and trying to minimize the damage that he can do. He's elite in his burst, and then he's a big physical point guard that'll post you, and he makes big shots when it counts, as you mentioned. So you got to kind of pick how you're going to let him do some damage, and then the supporting cast is so strong, and they all play within their role so well. So we're going to put length on him. We'll continue to try to bother him and close up space. And yeah, we'll be glad to see Paul go, but he's had an awesome career. He's been great for our league, and he's a tough kid. And so much of their success is tied to how he's competed.
We've talked about you guys getting CJ back the last 2 games. When you played them to begin the month, they were just getting back Brandon Durnell, their second leading scorer, from an ankle injury. He has started to find his rhythm now as he's put that injury behind him after a couple of weeks. Has that made them a little bit of a different matchup, or back to what you saw maybe last year with him at pretty much full strength?
Yeah, probably a little bit more that way. He's going to eat up more shots, this game and be more of a focal point in their offense. He's got the burst back, and he's we kind of coined some of his movements, the Durnell, the way he can play as a big forward that has some guard skill, and he'll back you down and spin off of you and shot fake, and he's just got a real crafty skill set. He gives you problems, so he's playing well. It makes them that much more dangerous, but not a ton changes our way. A lot right now is us playing the way we need to play and being tough defensively and taking care of the basketball and sharing the ball. And we think we got enough firepower and enough guys to really make some noise here, but we've got to do it one game at a time, and we've got to stay right in the moment, and we've got a real challenge here with these guys today.
Well, Josh, in our time here, Taylor and Spring Arbor probably had the most exciting finishes and close games in your tenure here, so we're expecting another fun one today. Best of luck.
Yeah, we appreciate it, Rick. Thanks for the coverage.
As a champions of character institution, Taylor University asks each of you to embrace the NAI's 5 core character values of respect, integrity, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership to create a positive environment throughout today's contest. As we have already played the national anthem prior to today's women's game, we will not play it prior to this contest. Now for tonight's starting lineups. First for the visitors from Spring Arbor. As senior guard number 10, Luke Barber. A senior guard number 11, Paul Burley. A junior guard number 20, Hayden DeWitt. A junior forward number 23, Brandon Durnell. And a senior forward number 30, Jack Beckman. The Cougars are coached by Ryan Cunningham, assisted by Barry Barr and Jim Brown. And now, fans, get on your feet for the starting lineup for your Taylor Trojans. A senior guard from Hamilton, Ohio, number 13, Ryan Robinson. A senior guard from Tipton, Indiana, number 15, Mason Daniels. A sophomore forward from Lancaster, Ohio, number 24, Dixon Hubbard. A junior forward from Lawrence, Indiana, number 31, James McLeod. And a sophomore forward from Pickerington, Ohio, number 35, C.J. Pena. The Trojans are coached by Josh Andrews, assisted by Aaron Russell and State Company.
So Taylor has their normal starting 5 that we've grown accustomed to seeing ever since C.J. Pena's return from injury last Saturday at Indiana Wesleyan. Ryan Robinson, Mason Degenkolb, your senior guards. Your front court, Jason Hubbard, James McLeod, and the aforementioned C.J. Pena. Spring Arbor led by the 5th-year senior Luke Barber, their best three-point shooter at 42%. His older brother Justin are in the second year as a pitching coach here for the Taylor baseball team. Justin working on his tan out with the boys in Arizona right now. They're 4-0 to start the year. Their do-everything man is Paul Marindette at 20 points tonight, 6 assists. The former All-American and one of the top players in the history of the Crossroads League. Peyton DeWilt, Brandon Durnell, and Beckman, who will jump with Pena here, round out the SAU 5. It's won by Pena, and Taylor has the opening possessions. Your officials, Todd Morgan, Patrick Stegeman, and Scott West. Taylor from left to right and white, they try to get their 4th Crossroads League win of the year and to tie them with SAU, who's a game ahead of them in 7th place as play begins today. Hubbard right side with DeWilt defending him. Hubbard backs him down, left hand, got into the paint, fadeaway jump shot off the back of the rim, too strong, and it's hauled in by SAU as they have their first possession. DeWilt will bring it up the floor, then give off the top assister and top scorer, Paul Marendet. A weave up top, DeWilt now back to the hands of Marendet. Hubbard, who will shadow him all day, is there right now. Durnell fakes a handoff to Barber, trying to work on Pena, right corner, left hand, spinning back over his shoulder, right hand bank shot is good by Durnell. Durnell was limited in his action when these two teams met at the beginning of the month due to an ankle injury, but he's almost at 100% right now. Hubbard back to the far sideline and Degenkolb with Taylor down 2-0, second attack here on this basket to our right. Hubbard drives out. Pena, a three over Beckman off the right side of the rim. It'll bounce out of bounds just before Hubbard could get to it. So Taylor starts 0 of 2. Both shots missed by their sophomores, first Hubbard and now Pena. It was a 1-point Taylor win, 68-67 back on January 4th at SAU. The Hubbard block on Marendet sealed it. Durnell hands off to Barber, the three-point specialist. High right side. This will be Marendet. Off a cut, DeWitt almost lost it as Robinson was poking at it. DeWitt trying to back down the smaller Robinson. Got a head fake. And they'll call a foul against Ryan Robinson, who is perplexed. DeWitt backed him down. They get Robinson for the hand check. DeWitt at 6'2", Robinson at 5'10". As SAU went right to DeWitt for the height mismatch. It's a 2-0 SAU lead almost 90 seconds into the first half. Shot clock to 20, near side arc, inside of it is Marendet. Durnell left side high, bangs with Pena as he crosses the free throw line. Durnell trying to back it in, trying to go up and under. Pena cuts him off, and it's followed out to the volleyball line, and Marendet. 8 to shoot, Marendet will take it himself, draws space, sends Hubbard to the floor, but Marendet misses the shot. It's tapped out right to the hands of the athlete known as Jason Hubbard. Waiting for reinforcements, floats one high to Pena, and then Hubbard goes far side to Degenkolb. There's a top 10 score, goes right around Barber into the air. Tough pass in traffic. It was to McLeod, and then Durnell ripped it right out of McLeod's hands. A terrible start for the Trojans with a turnover, and they're 0 of 2 from the floor as well, but they trail by just 2. Marendet got away, head fake, couldn't get Hubbard to bite, pitching back into the Wilt. Robinson poked it away, diving for it will be Beckman as he almost went on the far sideline, but avoided the white strip of paint across from us. 11 to shoot, Marendet around a Barber screen. DeWilt, the lefty, thought about a 3, now 7 to shoot with Marendet. Right side, Durnell screen, he takes with 5. Low behind the back, bounce pass with 3. Durnell with 2. Pena pokes it away, diving on the floor, and that will be a shot clock violation as Pena was right there in Durnell's face and poked it away. Durnell flipped the ball in on a shot and wanted to make sure that the officials didn't think that he was just throwing it at him, which Durnell did not mean to do. He's the junior out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Robinson will run the point, 2.5 minutes in. Taylor down by 2. Off a screen as Degenkolb got into the paint. Floater over Durnell off the right side of the rim. Tapped by Hubbard. McLeod trying to get to it, and it's Barber who snatches it away for SAU. Taylor starts 0 of 3 from the floor. SAU just a little bit better. They're 1 of 3. They lead by 2 on the opening hoop, and the only hoop so far by Durnell on their opening possession. Beckman fakes a handoff, now off to Barber as Degenkolb follows his every step. Between the circles, Marendet flips one in. Beckman tried to get in, and he snaked his way around McLeod for a 2. 4-0 start as Beckman and Durnell and now Beckman have the first 4 for Spring Arbor. Taylor is 0 of 3 to start from the floor. Robinson around his screen, draws Marendet. Pena fakes a pass to the left. Now wants to shimmy his way down the lane. He cupped the ball like a Nerf ball, missed it, but CJ gets his own miss. His tough shot, no. A second try is also off the rim, but CJ will go to the line for 2 as he screams in frustration. The foul is on Durnell, and that's SAU's first. And 2 to the line for CJ Pena, who's shooting 72% this season. CJ missed 7 games after being hurt, after putting on a display of offensive wizardry at Bethel back in December, the night after the Silent Night game. CJ makes the first free throw, and Taylor on the board for the first time today. Then missed 7 games, 6 weeks, and made his return. He scored 17 points in both games since, at Indiana Wesleyan last Saturday, and the loss to Huntington here on Tuesday. First one good, second one even prettier, and Pena makes both, and it's 4-2. The lead for SAU. Spring Arbor from right to left. Neither team has summoned any reserves yet. Just 3.5 minutes in. Barber hands off to Marendet, shimmying around a Durnell screen. Hubbard right there. Nice denial. Now the bounce pass low to Beckman, who gobbles it in. McLeod defends him at the free throw line. Beckman still has not used his dribble, now does. Spins away, right hand hook shot, rattled in, off the glass and down, and McLeod will pick up the foul, and a chance for 3 upcoming for Jeff Beckman, the senior. First on James, second one against TU. And Beckman to the line, where he's an excellent free throw shooter at 79%. Trying to complete the and one. No, too strong, and McLeod rips an aggressive rebound out of the air. 6-2 the SAU lead, as they are 3 of 4 from the floor to start. Taylor is 0 of 5. Their only points on the Pena free throws. He's got it here, baseline right with Beckman defending. Flips it up top to Hubbard. Wanted to go to Robinson in the far corner, but denied by Marendet. Degenkolb far side. Taylor attacking the basket to our right. High middle Pena screen. Degenkolb now gives it back to him. 7 to shoot. Left wing McLeod. Durnell gives him space. McLeod pulls, misses a 15-footer on the baseline short, and Durnell has the rebound for SAU. They go from right to left in blue with white letters and neon yellow numbers. Durnell holding near side. He's got a hoop. Lobs it into Marendet. Robinson was running. Marendet got away and langs it in as he collided with Robinson. And Marendet gives one of our referees an earful looking for the and one opportunity. 8-2 start for SAU, as they've made all but one of their shots so far out of their 5 tries. Taylor is still without a field goal, 0 of 5. Robinson trying to change that corner 3, no. Long from the far side corner, and Taylor now 0 of 6 shooting from the floor, trailing by 6. Marendet waiting, stopping, pitching back. DeWilt thought about a 3, now the lefty puts it on the deck. Trying to take Robinson to the hole, spins, fumbling with the ball. Durnell hops and drives down the right side of the lane around Pena, but his shot was wild off the glass, and Pena snatches the rebound off the floor for his 3rd rebound. It's still an 8-2 SAU lead. Robinson shimmying with the ball to the far corner at Hubbard. Marendet daring him to shoot a 3. Hubbard will put it on the floor, got to the league logo, stops and goes baseline right to McLeod. He'll fire a 15-footer this time and hits as Durnell again gave him way too much room. First field goal by Taylor comes almost 5.5 minutes into the contest, as they missed their first 7. They missed their first 7 shots on the floor, and they trail 8-4. Barber on his right hip, top of the key, Beckman. Far side of the arc, Marendet in front of the Taylor bench. DeWilt off a screen now to Beckman, who's got an early 4. Left block, Durnell trying to bully with Pena. Step through, right-hand hook was short, and Pena's got rebound number 4. Robinson out and galloping, it's 4-on-4. He'll stop a transition. 3 is good for Ryan Robinson. Taylor missed their first 2 threes. They were down 8-2. They're on a 5-0 gallop, and right like that, 6 minutes in, they trail by 1. 2 subs for Taylor and 1 for SAU way to the scorer's table. Durnell right side circle, will shoot the 3. Off to Barber, who is a deadly 3-point shooter, but misses it short as he was off balance leaning backwards. Rebounded by Hubbard. Taylor trying to find their first lead, down 8-7. Right corner McLeod, now Durnell tidying up, trying to make sure he doesn't get another long look at 2. Degenkolb off a near side screen, Barber right there on his hip. McLeod baseline right, Barber comes to help. Now McLeod, explosive, off balance shot off the right side of the rim, off left side of the rim, and Beckman hauls it in for SAU. Cougars in front, 8-7, trying to stop the 5-0 burst by Taylor. Marendet between the circles. DeWilt, the lefty, leaning to his right. The 3 skips off the rim, and Pena rebounds his 5th miss here of the opening half. Degenkolb, left corner, Hubbard pulls up for the lead. No, long, but Pena tried to slice in, but cannot get the ball away from 2 SAU players. Taylor just 2 of 10 from the floor to start. Driving in Marendet, his shot is destroyed by Jason Hubbard, whose head was at the rim. Here's Robinson, bangs with Beckman, and it'll be a foul on SAU as Hubbard eviscerated the shot from Paul Marendet on the other end. 12:50 to go here in the opening half. Taylor on a 5-0 run, and Hubbard's out destroying dreams and hopes with that long right arm.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
8-7 the Taylor deficit. Jeff Clayton, Vincent Miranda in for Taylor, giving Pena and McLeod a breather. No changes, or actually is one change for the SAU lineup. Taylor Kamensky, 6'7" out of Ohio, comes in for DeWilt. Driving is Robinson, left elbow extended. Also Connor Cunningham makes his first appearance for SAU. Inside the arc, left side Hubbard. Now it'll be Durnell defending him. Taylor with the ball, down by 1, and now they lead by 1 on the Hubbard turnaround. First bucket for him, and Taylor on a 7-0 jaunt, as they now lead 9-8 after trailing 8-2. Barber around the screen to Cunningham near side. Robinson will defend him. Miranda now will get a taste of the defense of Vincent Miranda as he defends Marindet. Cunningham far sideline around the Kamensky screen, shimmying and whipping a one-hand pass to Marindet. Left block, Durnell up and over the outstretched arm of Hubbard for 2. Second field goal for Durnell. That puts SAU in front and stops the Taylor 7-0 burst. Near sideline, Degenkolb as Clayton will hold. Kamensky giving him plenty of space. Right side circle, Mason Degenkolb has yet to have taken just one shot here so far today. Hubbard calls for it and gets as he turns and faces the basket, left side high arc. Dribble pull up, left elbow over Durnell long. Clayton trying to measure it, but it hit off the top of the basket support as both Barber and Clayton go sprawling. We see Luke's brother Justin sprawl for loose balls like that during noon ball on Tuesdays and Thursdays on this very floor. The ball go back to SAU. Hubbard out, McLeod quickly back in after a brief breather. So it's Barber, Kamensky, Cunningham, Durnell, and the always spectacular Paul Marindet, who's gotten better every year, averaging career highs in points per game, field goal percentage, and free throws. Drives here, bumped by Miranda. And Marindet, with that lightning fast first move, will go to the line for 2 free throws. First foul on Miranda, number 3 against Taylor here in the opening half. I just mentioned it, Marindet shooting 85% from the line this year. That would be a career high. Is almost 20 points per game, a career high, and his 56% shooting from the floor, also a career high. Marindet spun the ball, fumbled with it, but it does not deter him as he makes the first of 2 free throws here. A graduate of Warsaw High School, he and Kyle Mangus over at Indiana Wesleyan were teammates for many years, 3 in fact, with Marindet being older by a year. Imagine to play those 2 guys on the same team. Ooh, woof. Second one from Marindet, and rattles that one home. 4 for him, and a sub will come in, and it will be for Marindet. Nate Flannery in. And after a 7-0 Taylor run to give them the lead, 4 in a row for SAU, has put them in front by 3. They've led by as many as 6. Just past the 11.5 minute to go mark here in half 1. Right side circle, Clayton holding on his hip, near sideline Robinson. McLeod cuts through, right side circle pass Degenkolb. Taylor shooting on the basket to our right. Degenkolb trying to lose. Barber rises for a free throw line jump shot that was off target. Miranda goes flying in for the rebound, and Taylor will reset. Back to Miranda near sideline. Taylor overloading this near side of the floor. Clayton has a baseline right. One dribble and a pass to Robinson. Screen from Clayton got Degenkolb free for a 3 that was off target left. Tapped by Durnell, and he rebounds it to himself. Up the floor comes SAU, as Taylor just 1 of 4 from range here this afternoon. 10:50 to go here in the opening half. The defending national champion SAU Cougars lead Taylor by 3. Flannery around the near side arc to the top of the key. Kamensky holds right side high. Trying to find help, but now gives back to Flannery with the shot clock at 8 and now 7. Barber calling for the right side. Durnell screen gets it. Degenkolb fights through with 3. Barber knocked out of his hands by Degenkolb and stolen by Miranda. 10.5 to go. Taylor down by 3. Here's pitching back Robinson. Miranda right side 3 to tight over. Cunningham is off the back of the rim, and Kamensky's got the rebound for SAU. Taylor just 1 of 5 from distance, but SAU 0 of 2. Flannery around the screen, drives in. McLeod comes to help. Double team comes, and then McLeod trying to rip it away. Flannery slips it through to Durnell, who lays it in with a right hand. But then the clock, there's blood on the leg of Luke Barber, it looks like. 6 for Durnell here in the opening quarter. And athletic trainer Casey Hackman will go and mend the lower left leg of Luke Barber with a cut. Something, thankfully, that Casey doesn't have to do a lot when big brother Justin makes mound visits out at Winterholder Field. Just about halfway home here in the opening half. 14-9, the SAU advantage. They've scored 6 in a row. Far sideline, Degenkolb blows by Barber, trying to deal with Durnell. Reverse layup, nicely done by Degenkolb. Left to right finish with a right hand. TU back to within 3, down 14-11. Some overzealous clapping from some of the Taylor students down to our right. Flannery, Miranda defending him. They call off the screen by Kaminsky. Durnell comes from the left side. Miranda fights through another Durnell screen. Got Flannery to the right elbow. Durnell trying to take McLeod to the rack. Robinson comes into poke out near side Cunningham. Back left block Durnell. Has the most points in the half so far, and he'll add to it here with a right-hand finger roll through traffic for 8 points. Durnell, 4 of 6 from the floor for a game-high 8. He has half of the 16 for SAU, and they lead by 5. Miranda got the defender caught on the switch, spins on Cunningham, floats it back outside to the top, and Degenkolb. Shimmy shake to his right, goes to his left. Foul on the floor. We'll keep it here with Taylor. It'll be on Luke Barber, his first, team's third. Pena and Hubbard back in for Taylor, replacing Clayton and Robinson. And a line change of subs will come in. Tyler Kaminsky, the only one to stay on for SAU. Denver Cade makes his first appearance. Peyton DeWilt back in. Denver Cade, fantastic name, by the way. Paul Meredith and Jeff Beckman also back in for Spring Arbor. Miranda takes the handoff back to McLeod after dealing in on the baseline right. He runs all the way, continues to run all the way around the floor, and McLeod will take the low bounce pass back in. Kaminsky knocked it away. McLeod trying to attack, trying to get to the rim, rising over defender. His shot's an air ball as McLeod looks for a foul on the forearm. 8:55 remaining in the opening half. SAU from right to left, they lead by 5. They've led for the majority of our opening half. DeWilt trying to tag Miranda, spins up and under move, right hand, little shot floats in for a deuce. First scoring for DeWilt, and it's a 7-point SAU lead, their biggest one of the afternoon. They go from left to right in white to the Trojans. Pena back in, trying to find his first field goal. Taylor just 4 of 17 from the floor to start. Degenkolb with Marendette defending to the top of the key, right side Pena screen. Back to CJ up top, a 3 ball over Beckman. Kaboom for CJ Pena. 5 for Pena, second made triple by the Trojans, and that stops a long scoring drought for the home team. And it brings them back to within 4. 8:08 and counting here in the first half. Beckman right side high. Left dribble once, pitching outside Marendette, trying to lose Hubbard. Pena comes to help, and now around the arc it's spun back to the hands of Beckman. Fakes a 3, got McLeod in the air. His left hand layup too strong, and CJ Pena comes down with his 6th first half rebound. Degenkolb around the Pena screen, got to the free throw line, trying to find help, floats it high to the 6'6" Pena. Hubbard, they're giving him space on the arc, back to Pena, back up top. Hubbard lets her fly from 3, off the target, off the rim, long. Here comes SAU on the rebound by DeWilt. Marendette running the show. Miranda defends, and then Kaminsky backs off on a screen. Marendette comes in. Hubbard comes up. Low bounce pass. The lefty DeWilt spots for a 3 off the right side of the rim, and Pena's got rebound number 8 here in the opening half. Degenkolb accelerating. Taylor down by 3. Shot was blocked by Marendette out of bounds as he hung in the air and floated with Degenkolb. 7:15 remaining in the first half. Our last media timeout of the opening 20. Taylor will have the ball. They trail by 4, 18-14, here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
We talked about noon ball earlier and all of its exploits. Well, noon ball Hall of Famer and probably a future Taylor Hall of Famer as well, Kyle Stidham, watching out in Colorado in his first season as a high school basketball coach out there for the boys. Good luck, Kyle Stidham. Taylor with the ball out of the media timeout. 19 seconds to shoot. They are down by 4. Hubbard right side high. Robinson trying to shake away from Marendet on through multiple screens. Baseline right, McLeod against Kamensky. Pitching out, left elbow extended jump shot. Hubbard, swish, as DeWilt got caught in the wash. 4 for Hubbard, and Taylor to within 2. Taylor held the lead briefly here in the opening half, 9-8. Ever since, it's been mostly SAU in front. Marendet now defended by Hubbard, back to Kamensky, near sideline DeWilt. High pass, Beckman hauls it in. McLeod guarding him on the left block. Beckman, right hand bounce, trying to measure, right hand hook, catches the front rim and rolls in. Jeff Beckman with 6 points here in the opening half, and SAU pushes their lead back to 4. It's Pena, Hubbard, McLeod, Robinson, and Miranda for Taylor. We'll set the SAU lineup when they get the ball back. Robinson fakes a 3, whips it to the left side high, and Hubbard. Bounce pass inside the arc, baseline left, McLeod, surveying, dribbling, little hand pass, Hubbard, long 2, spins off the back of the rim. It's rebounded by Denver Cade. He's out there with Beckman, Kamensky, DeWilt, and Marendet. Far sideline, faking a 3 was Cade, now back to Marendet. Around the high middle, Kamensky screen, and now it's to the near sideline in the hands of Denver Cade. Wants to take Hubbard to the rack, now far side of the floor, Marendet, quick explosive first move, got around Miranda, got right to the rim for a right-hand banker, and Taylor head coach Josh Andrews calls a timeout. He is not happy across from us. It'll be a 30-second Taylor timeout as Marendet got to the rim way too easily.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Jeff Clayton has come back in for Taylor. Another sub in for SAU. Durnell, he's back. He replaces Kamensky. So and Luke Barber back as well. So all 5 starters out there for SAU. Taylor counters with 3 of their 5 starters. Miranda and Clayton, the only non-starters. It's Hubbard and Pena and Robinson to round out the 5. Taylor down by 6, matching their largest deficit here of the opening half. They're just 6 of 23 from the floor, where SAU's at 56%. Robinson's rainbow try from the mid-post level is no good. And then Pena rips the ball away from Barber. 9th first half, or making the 8th first half rebound for CJ Pena. Miranda runs his defender into a Clayton screen, bouncing to Pena, who is behind him, as Pena was ready to come down the lane and dunk it. Turnover by the Trojans, just their 2nd of the opening half. Here comes SAU the other way. They've got Beckman with a mismatch on Robinson, but an errant pass by DeWilt is intercepted on the baseline by Miranda. He's out and galloping, now waits and now measures. Near sideline Robinson, a long 3-ball just inside the near sideline is nothing but net. A splash home 3 by Robinson, much needed to cut the Taylor deficit in half to 3. Second triple by Robinson, and just the 3rd one made by a Trojan today. Beckman defended by Clayton, senior v freshman. Now Durnell in the high post. Far sideline Barber, then back to Durnell. Baseline right with Pena marking him. 9 to shoot. Durnell with a game-high 8. Skipping near side Barber. Mid-post left to Wilt. He'll bully his way in. Finds the cutting Beckman down low, who hangs and banks it in as he snuck away from Clayton on the baseline. Beckman with 8, matching Durnell's game high, and every time Taylor inches closer, SAU's got an answer on the other end. They put Taylor down by 5 as Hubbard will dribble near the top. Back far sideline, Miranda, defended by DeWilt, who will wave Hubbard around with his left hand. Looks back to that far corner, Robinson. Marendet defending him. The two have seen each other for 4 years in a row. Right side, Pena screen, 2 come. Robinson fires it near side. Hubbard a long 2. Will glance off the near side glass on the rim. It's rebounded by Beckman right to his hands. And here comes Marendet the other way. And then Hubbard gets tangled up with him and gets called for the foul. First one on Jason, number 4 against Taylor here in the half. It's a 5-point SAU lead as Taylor's been unable to find their offensive rhythm here in the opening stanza. Daniel Cluster, all 6'11" of them, out of Michigan, 235 the weight, checks in along with the 5'11" Connor Cunningham. DeWilt out along with Beckman. So Barber, Durnell, and Marinette all stay out there for SAU. They've got the ball leading by 5. They've led by as many as 6. And SAU's led for the majority of our first half today. That has 3:43 remaining. Barber back near side. Height mismatch with Cluster over the shoulder. McLeod, right hand hook. Front rim, no. Pena in for rebound number 9 of the first half. Robinson up the floor. Cunningham trying to slow him down. Robinson spins, angling, scooping, and somehow Robinson spun her home and will get the foul. Daniel Cluster, the 6'11 man, called for the foul. The Robinson family down to our left. I think they like that play a lot. Ryan, a 79% free throw shooter. And the and one, good. 9 in the first half for Robinson. A big three-point play brings Taylor to within 2. The question, though, can they get a stop on the defensive end, something they have been unable to do here in the first half every time they creep closer. Marinette's been a thorn on their side. Degenkolb switches left block. Now McLeod comes out with a double team. Marinette fading away, finds Barber far side. Cunningham left hand gives off quickly to Marinette with 11 to shoot. Marinette right hand, shimmy shake, got into the paint, got Degenkolb to fly by, hit the front rim and rolled home for the All-American Paul Marinette. 8 for him. He, Durnell, and Beckman have combined to score 24 of the first 26 points for SAU today. DeWilt, the only other one to score outside of those 3. Behind the back dribble, got Robinson to his left hand. Pitch back, Pena, 3 ball over Durnell, and it brought rain, and CJ Pena is skipping back to the other end. 8 for Pena, and Taylor's to within 1. CJ came in shooting just 29% from 3, but he's 2 of 3 this afternoon. And now McConnell almost pokes away. Miranda almost got it away from Cluster. Marinette, high post right side, outside the arc, Durnell. Left hand bounce. He dribbles off of his shoe as Pena defended. 8 to shoot, now 7. Marinette's going to have to do it himself. SAU up by 1. Durnell, a desperation 3, rattled halfway down and rattled out. Durnell can hit it, but it's 25% of the year now. Taylor can take their first lead in forever, trailing by 1. Miranda with Cunningham guarding him, crossing over to the baseline left. Miranda got him to blow by, and Vincent banks it in. First bucket for Miranda, and Taylor has regained the lead at 27 to 26. And that brings much needed life back into Odell Arena. 2 subs have made their way to the scorer's table. Cluster will hand off to Durnell. Cunningham around the Cluster screen, Robinson unfazed. 98 seconds remaining in the first half. Durnell set the screen for Marinette, got to the left side and angles in around Miranda for another 2. Marinette with 10 first half points on 4 of 6 shooting, and some of these have been way too easy for Paul Marinette. 84 seconds left. Wide pass that Miranda hauls in with Taylor down by 1. They attack the basket to our right. Robinson far sideline. Marinette right there step for step. High middle Pena screen. Robinson there. Behind the back bounce. Almost lost it. Now flips it outside to Pena with 9 to shoot. CJ dancing. Couldn't pull the trigger from 3 as Durnell denied. Miranda around the screen. Fires off the right side of the rim. And Durnell rebounds with 2 seconds on the shot clock. Under a minute to go here in the opening half. Marinette got to the free throw line. Knocked away by Degenkolb, but Marinette gets it back. Robinson defending. 52 seconds left. SAU in front by 1. They're in blue. They shoot on the basket to our left. Durnell sets a right side screen for Marinette. Robinson fights through. Little shimmy shake, pull up, fade away, no. And it's McLeod taking the rebound away from his classmate Miranda. A rare miss for Marinette today, just his 3rd one in 7 tries. Robinson slows it down. Taylor with the ball, trailing by 1. About 10 seconds between game and shot clock. Miranda left side high. Cunningham guarding him. Bullets one far corner. Robinson for the lead back. Got it again from the left corner for Ryan Robinson. 12 first half points for 13 in white, and the sharpshooter has made 3 threes in a row. SAU will hold for the final shot. Odell Arena rises to its feet with 5 seconds separating us from halftime. Marinette driving with 1. Doesn't know how much time is left. McLeod snatches it away, and Degenkolb threw it up, but a spectacular defensive stop to end the opening half as McLeod ripped the ball away from Marinette. And after the Robinson 3, Taylor goes into the break, leading Spring Arbor by 2, 30 to 28.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
Play that old song! We really want her to play it. That's what's really going to open her. You gotta have the music that you listeners listen to.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland. Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Back inside Odell Arena, it is halftime, and Taylor leads the defending national champion Spring Arbor Cougars 30-28. SAU shot the ball beautifully in the opening half, 54%, but they're 0 of 4 from 3, 2 of 3 from beyond the arc. I'm laughing because Jody Martinez, our head women's basketball coach, is carrying a giant plate of food. I think he's bringing it up here. What a nice guy that Jody Martinez is. Maybe we'll let him sit up here and watch the rest of the game with us. 14 rebounds, none of the offensive variety for SAU, and 5 assists on their 13 baskets. Thank you. Oh, and treats. So we thank Jody Martinez for bringing food up to all of our people here. But back to the numbers. 4 turnovers in the opening half for SAU led to 3 Taylor points. 1 block, 2 steals. They had most of their points in the paint. 24 of their 28 were from inside the restricted area. Their only non-points in the paint were a couple of free throws and a shot from outside the lane. Taylor didn't shoot the ball particularly well in the first half. They were 35% from the floor, 11 of 31, but they made 5 threes to SAU's none. They also were 3 of 3 from the line. Taylor did great to keep control of the ball, just 2 turnovers. They committed just 4 fouls. They had 17 rebounds to SAU's 14. Taylor's 5 offensive rebounds, though, have led to no second chance points here so far. The Trojans have 1 block, and it was a big one as Jason Hubbard destroyed a shot from Paul Marindet back in the first half. SAU had the lead. They had led by as many as 6. Taylor has had smaller leads. They've led by no more than 2, which is their current lead right now. Top scorers for the Trojans, 12 from Mason Degenkolb, 8 from CJ Pena, who is 1 rebound shy of his first double-double since returning from injury. 2 points for McLeod, none for Clayton, 4 for Hubbard, 2 for Miranda, and then 2 for Degenkolb, who's just 1 of 5 from the floor. This has been the BSN Sports Halftime Report. When we come back, it's time for the second half from here inside Odell Arena. At the break, it's Taylor 30 and Spring Arbor 28 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965 when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
We thank Jody Martinez, the head women's basketball coach here at Taylor, and the Taylor women's basketball parents for bringing some food up here. It was delicious. We saved some for later after the game, too. Big day today. If you noticed, all of the coaches today have been wearing sneakers instead of their normal dress shoes with their suits. As part of the suits and sneakers game here today, the larger initiative of the Coaches versus Cancer in the fight against childhood cancers. Members of the coaching staff are each wearing sneakers with their suits to raise awareness about childhood cancer research, services, and awareness. Fans here today have also been encouraged to donate out in the hallways, or if you'd like to find out more about this cause, please visit suitsandsneakers.org. A fantastic cause, and you'll see that suits and sneakers all throughout college basketball this weekend and probably in the coming weeks too. Spring Arbor will start with the ball. They trail by 2. They go from left to right. They're in blue with yellow numbers and white letters. Their 5 starters are out there: Luke Barber, Paul Marendette, Peyton DeWilt, Brandon Durnell, and Jeff Beckman. Near side Barber, who was scoreless in the opening half, off to Marendette, who had 10 first half points. Spring Arbor down by 2. They led by 6 early in the first half. Baseline left, Durnell had a great first half, spins right away from Pena, who puts it in, and then CJ pushed him from behind, and he will go to the line for a chance at 3. A quick pirouette there by Durnell, spun right around Pena, and then CJ got him on the lower back. First one on CJ, first one against SAU, and in the blink of an eye, Durnell's got an opportunity to give SAU the lead back. Shooting just 67% this year, down from 74% as a sophomore a year ago, and he makes it. The SAU women's team across from us standing up, trying to get behind their men's team. The healthy Taylor student body down below us, cheering on the boys wearing white. Robinson to Degenkolb, Pena, McLeod, and Hubbard, the Taylor starting 5 back out there to start half number 2. Near sideline, or actually near side are Robinson. Left edge and left block, it'll be McLeod. Right hand up top to Robinson, who's made 3 threes in a row. Degenkolb curls, fades from the elbow, off target right. McLeod goes up, and it goes off the back of Barber, and will stay here with Taylor, as McLeod had to go up and through 2 different Spring Arbor folks. So a 3-point play by Durnell. Starts the second half off as SAU gets points in their first possession. And the shot clock to 20. 50 seconds into half 2, Taylor with the ball down 1. Bounce pass Degenkolb, and then to Pena, top of the key with Beckman guarding. Hand off to Robinson. Marendette's been guarding him the whole time. Back to Degenkolb, left elbow, same play, and sadly for Taylor, the same result. But Pena gets the rebound, and then Beckman held onto his arm, and it'll be a foul on Beckman, who apologizes to Pena and then complains to the referee across from us. Second on Beckman, and now CJ to the line for 2 to put Taylor back in front. No, they'll call it on the floor, excuse me, even though CJ got the shot away. So foul on the floor, Taylor will get the ball on the baseline. Robinson takes a right side Pena screen back to his left, trying to find his 4th 3 in a row, and there's his first miss. But Hubbard taps it to himself, lays it up, missed to the putback on a dunk, and then Hubbard will go to the line for 2 as Hubbard used that 7-foot wingspan and went up and over everybody. And that's the 3rd one on Beckman, the 2nd one in the last few moments. First of 2 for Jason. First one, straight line drive and straight in as that one just snuck over the front of the rim. Beckman exits with the 3 personal fouls. Tyler Kaminsky comes in and gets a quick coaching tip from his teammate Durnell. This to put Taylor back in front. And Hubbard will do just that, rattling in the second one. 6 points for Jason Hubbard, and Taylor has regained a 1-point advantage. Just underway here in the second half, 1 minute and 15 seconds in. SAU from left to right in blue. Near side corner, Durnell. Around the arc, near side, now sends it up top to Marendette. Kaminsky to Barber on a handoff. Degenkolb tried to poke it away, could not. Barber between the legs, bounce, right side circle, Marendette. Barber sets that left side screen. Hubbard cuts underneath, shot clock down to 8 and now 7. Marendette to Kaminsky with 6. Barber with 5. Off the shoe of his teammate, gets it back with 3, with 2. Degenkolb contests and Barber spins a 3 off. Pena comes in, will tiptoe the baseline, and he's got his 11th rebound of the contest to go with his 8 points. 2 minutes into the second half, Taylor gallops to the front court to our left. Leading by 1, Degenkolb measuring, scooping, protecting, and will roll it all the way around and home. Second field goal from Degenkolb. Buckets have been tough to come by for the number 9 all-time leading scorer at Taylor. But he gives Taylor their biggest lead of the afternoon, up 3, just over 2 minutes in. Near side arc, Marendette. One in Barber, but Degenkolb denied the first pass. Now they get it far sideline, Kaminsky. Baseline left, Durnell spins on McLeod, who tries to force him underneath the hoop. Durnell missed the point-blank shot, got it back, and then McLeod got him on the forearm. Second one on McLeod, number 2 against Taylor in the half, and Durnell will go to the line for 2 free throws. Durnell has burned 2 different Taylor defenders. It was on Pena on the first possession of the second half, and then had a little bit of a tougher time with McLeod, but that aggressive spin move over his right shoulder has gotten him to the hoop twice. And then Durnell bricks the first free throw straight away. As one of the Taylor students down below shouted something to get into his head, and it worked. Durnell went over the 1,000-point career mark earlier this season. Comes in averaging 16 points per game. He makes the second of the two shots. He's got a team-high 12, and it brings SAU to within a deuce, down 34-32. Just early on here in the second half, 2.5 minutes in. Far sideline, Robinson, Marindette defending and watching his every move. Degenkolb spins, got away from Barber, pulls up and rattles in a jump shot. 4 in a row for Degenkolb, that one just inside the arc. And the Trojans have a 4-point lead, 36-32. Marindette has Hubbard watching his every bounce. Around the screen right side, high post right side, wanted to go down low Durnell, but McLeod was able to recover. Barber left sideline, inside the arc, left side Durnell. He's been a pest here in the opening half for Taylor, angling in, shot just missed off the rim, slapped off the floor. Durnell got it as he snatched it away from Pena and McLeod. Barber will run the point up top. Around the right side, Kamensky screen. Degenkolb fights through and denies Barber, and he looks at the hoop. And now to the hands of Marindette. Hubbard swipes, Durnell drives, McLeod switches, Hubbard comes back to help with 5, with 4 to shoot. Durnell with a head of steam. Euro step through, that one will spin off the rim, but a pretty move by the big fellow Durnell, who was light on his toes. 4-point Taylor lead, trying to extend and get their largest lead of the afternoon. Far sideline, Degenkolb, he scored 4 in a row. He goes right by Barber, dumps it down low to McLeod, but before McLeod could lay it in, they get Degenkolb on the arm, and it's a foul against Luke Barber. Number 2 on Mr. Barber. Third one against SAU. Shot clock recessed to 20. Robinson to deal it in. Taylor with a 4-point advantage as they try to get the season sweep of SAU. Robinson around the left side, Pena screen, fumbled with the dribble. Now Ryan jumps on the floor, flips it to McLeod, who now falls on the floor, then pitches it back to CJ Pena, who hits a 3! How did that ball find Pena's hand? And then off balance, drills his third 3 in a row. SAU needs a timeout because somehow Robinson pinged the ball to McLeod, who then flipped it over to CJ Pena, who buried an off-balance right side high 3. 7-point Taylor lead, 32nd SAU timeout.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Taylor run has turned a 3-point lead into a 7-point lead. Out of the 32nd SAU timeout, they've still got their 4 of their 5 starters out there. Beckman picked up the 2 fouls here early. He's got 3. He's been replaced by Kamensky for the last couple minutes. Marindette fakes to his right, goes to his left, down the lane he goes, stops, spins. Hubbard stays on his feet. Barber gets it in the near corners. Degenkolb's right there on the catch. 10 to shoot. Barber backing down the smaller Degenkolb. Floats left side high. Marindette with 7. Left side, Robinson picks it away from DeWilt, and Robinson's off to the races. He goes end to end, scoops it up, missed it. It's tapped back out far sideline, Degenkolb. Pena begging for it, he won't get it, but CJ's made 3 threes in a row. He's got a double-double with 11 points and 11 caroms. Robinson around the Pena screen to the right elbow extended, low bounce pass, Degenkolb. DeWilt defends. Degenkolb has been good in the second half. Pivots, left elbow with 3, with 2. He's got to get a shot off McLeod just before the horn goes! And McLeod snakes it in for his second field goal of the day. Taylor with a game-high lead of 9, 5 minutes into the second half. Marindette wants to take it himself, bangs with McLeod. Up top, Durnell, 0 of 1 from 3, and now 0 of 2 from 3. McLeod had it, lost it, and he goes in with Pena, collides, and is holding the right side of his face. Casey Hackman jogs to the end of the floor to go take a look at James McLeod. He collided in the air with CJ Pena's shoulder. And we'll take a break as they take a look at James McLeod. 14:56 remaining here in the second half. Taylor with a 9-point lead, 41-32. They'll have the ball out of this injury timeout.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree. and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
With our fantastic crew of Emily Daniels and Josh Fenwick, Rick Johnston here with you from Odell Arena. Taylor on a 7-0 run. They've outscored SAU 11-4 to start this second half off, and they have a game-high lead of 9. The injury timeout went into the media timeout, but good news for Taylor fans, James McLeod is back on the floor and looks to be doing okay. The 5 starters remain out there for Taylor. Nate Flannery makes his first second half appearance along with Denver Cade. Kamensky, Durnell, and Marinette stay on the floor for Spring Arbor. Hubbard wanted to go to the near side corner to Robinson, couldn't get it to him as Marinette cut it off. McLeod looked back door and getting Marinette right there, so McLeod wants to take Durnell himself. Left side high, Hubbard passes up a 3, right side high, Degenkolb with 6 to shoot. Now 5, now 4, now 3, rises for a 3 over Kamensky, no. McLeod tapped it, Hubbard couldn't get to it, and it's DeWilt there, and Hubbard grabbed onto the arm of DeWilt as they were fighting for the ball. Second one on Hubbard, and that's a troublesome sign for Taylor because Hubbard's their best on-ball wing defender. He's been the one that's been hounding Marinette for most of the day. Miranda's been the other one to guard Marinette today. And so you have to keep your eyes in case Jason would pick up his 3rd foul. Goes under the Kamensky screen, who gets it now back from Marinette. Near side arc, Durnell will skip into the drive. Mid-post right, left hand. Pena pokes, trying to go up and under. McLeod denies. Skipping Kamensky. A high release on that 3, and he hit it. Kamensky, a 53% three-point shooter. He doesn't take a lot, but when he does, he hits them, and he gets his first points of the day. And that stops a 7-0 Taylor burst and draws SAU to within 6, down 41-35. A much-needed bucket for the visitors. Skipping corner, Pena's been on fire from 3, and let's have that continue as Pena's made 4 triples in a row. He's 4 of 5, and Pena starting to heat up. Marinette crosses in, Hubbard collapses and gets back, fakes a 3 as Cade, angling in, Euro step off the glass, nope. Hubbard traps it, Pena trying to get there, he'll just, it almost saved it from going on the baseline as both Pena and Hubbard were fighting with Durnell for it, and it goes out of bounds and off of Taylor. It'll go back and stay with SAU. Jeff Beckman comes back in for the Cougars, replacing Durnell. Beckman's playing with those 3 personal fouls. McLeod exits, and Vincent Miranda will come in for the first time in the second half. 9-point Taylor lead, 44-35 after the Pena triple. Marinette with a fresh 30, baseline, finds Kamensky, who snuck away and laid it in with the left hand. That's 5 in a row for Kamensky. Excuse me. After being scoreless and not taking a shot in the opening 20 minutes. Taylor's lead back down to 7. Pena's been great, wants to keep it going with a 3. That one short, caught by Miranda. Baseline, pushed out of bounds. At least it looked like from our vantage point. But they'll say Miranda stepped out of bounds on his own, ushered out by Denver Cade. So it's a personal 5-0 Kamensky burst here for SAU. As they trail Taylor by 7, they trail by as many as 9. Marinette around a screen, back to the screener Kamensky, who scored those 5 in a row. Handoff Cade, back to Marinette with Hubbard guarding him. Beckman's got the mismatch on the shoulder. Miranda goes in. Miranda poked the ball away. Pena comes to help on Beckman. Double team, slipping it through. Cade looks where his feet are. He fires from 3 and rattles that one in from the right side. Kay, just a 30% three-point shooter, hits its 11th one of the year and his first one today. And that's an 8-0 SAU run, and they're back to within 4. Handoff Degenkolb, 44-40, the Taylor advantage. And the chant is defense from the SAU fans across from us. Beckman giving Hubbard space, so he'll back him down from the arc. Hubbard gets in, hangs, and hits a jump shot over Beckman. 8 points for Beckman, timeout, 30-second variety for Taylor. Their lead back to 6 with 12:24 left to go in the second half.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
(46-40), the Taylor advantage. They have led by as many as 9, but SAU has outscored Taylor 8-5 here in the last little bit. Spring Arbor with the ball out of the timeout. They go from left to right. It'll be Flannery running the point with Beckman, Kaminsky, Marendet, and Cade. Around a screen goes Marendet, measuring, floating it up high, swishing it as he was sent tumbling to the court. He'll have a chance for the three-point play. And didn't see who the number was on. They showed it quick. It's on Pena. That's CJ's second. So now CJ with 2, Hubbard with 2, and McLeod with 2. James already on the bench. CJ exits. He's been Taylor's best offensive player today, and their top rebounder with 12. Pena has 12 rebounds. Spring Arbor as a team has 18. And Marendet trying to make this a one-possession game. An excellent free throw shooter, the best free throw shooting percentage of his illustrious career, and he makes it as he stands up on his tippy toes per usual. Marendet with 13 points. He's 3 of 3 from the line, and Taylor's leaders who wants 9 is now down to 3. Taylor from right to left in white. Robinson, left side high, Hubbard, a handoff to Miranda with Cade trailing his every step. Miranda wanted to give off to Degenkolb. Marendet denied it. Clayton back in for Taylor as well. Baseline right, it's Degenkolb. Up top, Hubbard with 10 to shoot. Hubbard will take it himself down the lane. Barrels with Beckman. Up and under move, and he floated it home with a left hand. And Mrs. Hubbard stands up and gives her son a standing O across from us. 10 for the electrifying Jason Hubbard, and the Trojans push their lead to 5. 11:34 and counting. Marendet had it knocked away as he tried to rip through on Hubbard. Got to the free throw line, head fake. Got to get rid of it as he was in the paint. Kaminsky, mid-post left, Beckman. Poking out Clayton, who almost poked it away. Beckman gets it back with 8. Marendet calling for it, he can't get it. Now there's 5, now he has it with 4. He attacks the rack, stops, and it's a push-off on Paul Marendet. A push-off on the All-American Marendet. His first personal foul, and if that was on Hubbard, it would have been his third, and it would have brought doom. And now Durnell returns for SAU. Out goes Kaminsky. 5-point Taylor advantage with 11:16 to go here in this second half. It's Clayton, Robinson, Degenkolb, Hubbard, and Miranda out there for TU. They go from right to left to the Trojans. High right side, Clayton. Back to Robinson, far sideline. We've yet to call his name here in the second half. We've called Hubbard's name a lot, and he lays that one in with a left hand. 8 of his 12 have come here in the second half, and he's back-to-back buckets, and Taylor leads by 7. And that re-energizes the Taylor faithful as Marendet holds top of the key. Flannery looking Durnell's way. Clayton and Miranda double team him, and it's going to be a foul on either Miranda or Clayton for getting in that cylinder area that every ball handler is allowed to have. Second on Miranda, 4th different Trojan with 2 fouls. Barber returns for Spring Arbor. He takes the place of Denver Cade. 5 fouls for Taylor, 4 for SAU. As Flannery will get it in far baseline. SAU shoots on the basket to our right, finally gets it in far side arc. This will be Marendet. Left elbow extended Beckman, wanted to go backdoor, did not. Trying to back down the freshman. Clayton is the senior. Beckman goes in. He got Clayton in the air, hit him on the head, and Beckman banks it in. 10 for Beckman for his first points of the second half. 6th one against Taylor. One more will put SAU in the 1-1 bonus. Peyton DeWilt comes in for SAU. We're giving Marindet his first breather in a while. Beckman 0 of 1 from the stripe today. Normally a good free throw shooter at 79%. The and one here is perfect. 11 for Beckman. He is the 3rd SAU player in double figures. And the Taylor lead down to 4. 10.5 to go, second half. Miranda will take it up near the timeline. Taylor from right to left and white. Running is Robinson, open in the corner. Double team comes, and he's bumped into by Beckman, and that's number 4 on 30 in blue. James McLeod returns for Taylor. But no movement from the SAU bench to come get Beckman with the 4 personal fouls. Now there is a late summons, and it'll be Kamensky. Jason Hubbard exits. He gets a nice ovation from the Taylor faithful. Jason 3 of 3 from the floor here in the second half. So Beckman out at 10:21. Robinson jabbing on Flannery. Goes right on by him, floats it off the glass. No, too strong on a nice move by Robinson. Flannery up the floor. Freshman out of DeWitt, Michigan. Fakes the handoff to Barber. Then Degenkolb almost knocked it away. It's still loose on the floor. Degenkolb fights on it. He'll be fouled on the floor by Barber as Degenkolb came diving in and like a thief ripped the ball away from 2 SAU players. 3rd one on the sharpshooter Barber, who's 0 of 2 from the floor today. 4-point Taylor lead as we hit the halfway point of the second half. Taylor comes in a game behind Spring Arbor for 7th in the Crossroads League standings. A win today would sweep the season series for the Trojans. Miranda cuts through, spins away, and then floats it up top to Clayton, who's not a 3-point shooter. But Degenkolb is. That one skips off the rim and is rebounded by Kamensky, who almost lost it. But here comes SAU the other way with Durnell running the point. Hand off to Barber, 0 of 2. Degenkolb right there, staring right into his face. Right side circle, DeWilt, near sideline, Flannery. Robinson defending him. Far sideline, Kamensky, who has a 3 in the second half. DeWilt, the lefty, to his right hand, wants to spin back to his left. Got away with the travel, and now Durnell will work his way in. Bulldozing in, fades away off the glass. Nope, Clayton will tap it to himself and get his first rebound. McLeod will re-Velcro his right sneaker as Robinson gallops to the front court. Fakes the left side, now does take that left side Clayton screen. He's way out, far side. Clayton thought about a long 2, then jets it back up top to Robinson. 9:05 to go, second half. Taylor with the ball up by 4. Degenkolb pushed by DeWilt, and that was an easy call. DeWilt doesn't like it, but he extended both arms and chucked Degenkolb near the free throw line. And that's the 7th one against SAU, puts Taylor in the 1-1 bonus. The top scorers for both teams return. Marindet for SAU, Pena for Taylor. Clayton out for Taylor. Flannery exits for Spring Arbor. A 1-1 for Mason Degenkolb, who has just 6 points today, 3 of 11 from the floor. It'll be his first trip to the line. First one, good. Five-point Taylor lead. Hubbard will come in to get Degenkolb if he can knock down the second freebie, which he does. 8 for Mason. He'll get a breather, and Hubbard will come in to spell him. 6-point Taylor lead. They've been able to get an answer every time here in the second half when SAU cuts it close. We hit the 9-minute mark of the second half. Taylor leads by 6, 52-46 as they go for the season sweep over SAU. Kamensky at the top, near side edge, Marindet. Hubbard right there, step for step. DeWilt takes a low bounce pass at the top of the lane. Far side edge, Kamensky. Pena closes out, and then McLeod will get tangled up with Durnell and gets whistled for the foul. 3rd one on James as Durnell got hit in the teeth. Still a little dazed is Durnell as he continues to make sure he's got all the teeth still inside of his mouth. Shakes his head and he'll step to the line. Durnell 6'7" and 230, but fleet-footed like a ballerina. Durnell 2 for 3 from the line today. The first one of a 1-1 trip. Front rim, no. McLeod taps it, and Pena snatches it out of the air from anybody else. Rebound number 13 for CJ, 14 points. Leads Taylor today. Robinson has got 12, but has no points here in the second half. 8:30 and counting. Taylor leading by 6 over Spring Arbor, the defending national champions. Right elbow extended McLeod. Sets a right side screen for Robinson. Marindet guards him step for step. Back to the left side. Robinson stops, floats to Miranda. A 3 over DeWilt. Spins off the rim. Hubbard had it, and then Pena gets down and yet another rebound. CJ's career high is 18. He's 4 away from that. Robinson a stop and pop 3 off the right side of the rim. Tapped, and then Hubbard just too tall for everybody else. Miranda passes up a 3, angling in. McLeod around Durnell for 2, and Taylor leads by 8. Offensive rebounding leads to a McLeod deuce. He's got 6. Kamensky to Durnell, and now Marindet. Hubbard fighting through. McLeod switches on the screen to Durnell, or Durnell gets it back here. Fakes the handoff. Durnell angling, spins on Hubbard. Baseline, head fake, bucket. 14 for Durnell, 16 here in this second half, and the Taylor lead trimmed back to 6 with 7:33 remaining here in half number 2. Hubbard holds. Near side Miranda. Durnell guarding him. Looks like a little bit of a mismatch here. Taylor can't exploit it. Robinson back to Miranda. Fakes the 3, couldn't get Durnell to fly by. He cuts off Miranda, does Durnell. 7 to shoot, and now 6. And now 5. Vincent Miranda dancing, spinning, shooting, fading, off the back of the rim, tapped away to the far side. It went off the rim. The shot clock will stay here with Taylor as SAU tapped it out of bounds across from us. Timeout on the floor. With 7:05 remaining in the second half, Taylor leads Spring Arbor 54-48 here on the Trojan Sports Network.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
Taylor with a 6-point lead, 7:05 remaining in the second half. The difference right now, Taylor has made 5 more threes than Spring Arbor, 7-2. Even though Spring Arbor is still shooting above 50%, Taylor also has had 13 offensive rebounds. And their offensive rebounds are close to the total rebounds for SAU. Degenkolb has returned, replacing Robinson. He holds left side circle, dribble, pull up. Marinette blocked it. It'll be saved by Durnell, knifing his way in. Degenkolb, he'll try to save it on the baseline, but as he did, he dribbled it on that strip of white paint, and Spring Arbor will get the ball back. A big 3 by the Trojans, and then the McLeod steal ended the first half, gave them a 2-point lead, and they've built on it here, outscoring SAU by 4. Barber takes the handoff from Marindet, and now SAU runs the weave up top. Marindet trying to go down the left side of the lane. Hubbard cut him off. Marindet got to the top, hesitates, goes in, head fake. Hubbard doesn't bite. Durnell passes up a right side 3, tiptoes the baseline, angles in, misses a short shot. Hubbard tried to get it, but Durnell snatched it away from him. It was tapped up into the air by 2 different Taylor players, but no one in white could come down with it. Durnell trying to back down Pena into the paint. Far side, Beckman, McLeod daring him to shoot a 3. Durnell goes in through contact, will miss it, and he ripped through and got CJ Pena for his 3rd personal. CJ not happy with it, but he brought his arm down, and the crafty Durnell ripped through and got CJ to commit his 3rd personal. 3rd on Pena, number 8 against Taylor. And Durnell to the line for 2 of them. He is 2 of 4 from the stripe today. The first of 2 for the junior from just north here in Fort Wayne, and that one just sneaks over the front of the rim. 15 for Brandon Durnell, 1 off of his season average. Miranda out, Robinson back in for Taylor. We'll reset the Taylor lineup after this free throw from Durnell. To make it a 4-point game, and he does. 16 for Durnell, that leads SAU, and it also leads the game. The 5 starters out there for Taylor: Robinson, Pena, Degenkolb, McLeod, and Hubbard. Robinson spins away from a half-court trap. Now to Hubbard and then back to Miranda as he deals with the pressure. 18 to go. 18 to shoot, I should say. Pena, handoff Degenkolb. Left-hand drive, trying to get away from Barber. Back to the cutting Robinson, right side of the floor. Got into the paint with 9. Low bounce pass, Degenkolb. Fade away, 3 ball short, right side rim. Durnell with the rebound. That's the 4th missed 3 for Degenkolb today. He's missed all of them. Marendette to the front court, accelerating. Almost traveled, kept that pivot foot down and sends it outside the arc to Barber. Around the screen, has not made a shot today, and that continues as it's missed off the right side rim. Beckman tried to save it as he tiptoed the baseline, stepped on the paint. And then as he tried to save it, he went tumbling face first to the floor. He gets back to his feet. It was an awkward landing for Beckman, but he is jogging a little gingerly back to the other end of the floor. Barber 0 of 3 from the floor. When these two teams met in the league tournament last year, Barber torched Taylor for 12 first-half points. Taylor with the ball, leading by 4, 54-40. 5.5 minutes remaining in half number 2. Right side, Pena screen for Robinson. Back up to him. Fakes a 3. Tries to split through 2 defenders. Here's Hubbard left side. He'll attack the paint. 4 guys there. Drive and kick. But before he can get it there, it's a foul on the floor. And Taylor will go to the line. 8th one against SAU. That's number 2 against DeWilt. And DeWilt will check out. And Flannery enters for Spring Arbor. 2 free throws for Jason Hubbard. Jason has scored 8 of his 12 points here in the second half, including both free throws he's made today and taken today. His 3rd try of the afternoon. Just like the first 2 was good. Back to a 5-point TU advantage. The second one. A sidewinder is perfect. 14 for Hubbard, 10 in the second half. Full timeout on the floor. And I believe it is a Taylor full timeout. 5:18 remaining in this one. Taylor's lead back up to 6 at 56-50 over Spring Arbor.
Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
So out of the Taylor full timeout, they've got 3 fulls left, SAU with a 30, and all 4 fulls. 5:15 remaining in this one, a good one, another one brewing between Taylor and Spring Arbor. Spring Arbor with the ball, down by 6. Barber from straightaway, near side to Beckman, playing with those 4 fouls. Trying to back down McLeod right side. Pena comes out, now Hubbard helps out. Marendette open for a right side high 3 that Hubbard blocked, but right there to catch it is Durnell, and he lays it in from underneath the hoop. Durnell with 18 points, 10 in the second half. And again, Spring Arbor cuts their deficit down to 4 as we dip below, 5 to go here in the second half. Hubbard back to the near side of the floor, and Degenkolb. Barber guards him. Flannery right in the hip pocket of Robinson, who runs him into a Pena screen. Accelerating on Durnell, trying to find help. Whips it up top to Hubbard. Pena, straightaway 3, fakes on Flannery. He'll pitch it down low to McLeod, who puts it in with a right hand around Durnell. Pretty little pitch out from Pena, and McLeod's got 8. And again, Taylor has another answer for SAU. They go back in front by 6. 4:20 remaining in regulation time. Durnell has been a star here today. Goes in, trying to get it away from trouble. His pass too high for Beckman as McLeod came in on the help side defense. Kamensky out for in for SAU, replacing Durnell. Brandon today, 18 points, 7 of 16 from the floor, and 8 rebounds. 18 points, 8 boards, leads SAU. Pena with 14 and 14 today. in his third game back from injury. Sets that Robinson screen. Now off to Hubbard, left side edge. 4:03 to go, second half. Taylor with the ball, leading by 6. Degenkolb back to the near sideline. It'll be Robinson defended by Flannery, trying to force him to his left. Robinson crossing over that left hand. Left corner, Hubbard measuring a 3 and airballing it. It's caught by Barber, weak side. Hubbard 0 of 2 from distance. Marinette accelerating. Jason right there to deny him an easy layup. Marinette goes in, fades away from 5. His bank shot off the high glass is home. Splendidly done by Paul Marinette. And Spring Arbor's 21st year head coach Ryan Cottingham will take a full timeout. 3:37 left to go in this one. Taylor's lead back down to 4 at 58-54 against the defending national champion Spring Arbor Cougars.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
.37 left to go in this one. Taylor has the ball, and they lead 58-54. The Trojans have Robinson, McLeod, Pena, Degenkolb, and Hubbard. They're starting 5 out there. We'll set the SAU lineup when they get the ball back. Left block Pena, left side high Hubbard. Robinson deals off to the cutting Degenkolb. Step back straight away, 3 over Marinette. Bang for Degenkolb. And then Robinson looks right back at him and trying to get the juice going. First triple, Mason Degenkolb. Taylor in front by 7. As we get close to 3 minutes remaining in this one. Marinette, right side circle. Hubbard's been pestering him the whole day. They try to find Barber loose weak side. They can't get it to him. A handoff from Beckman to DeWilt. The lefty gives off Marinette, left side high, 10 to shoot. Marinette angling in, accelerating, got right to the rim, but a foul called on the floor as Hubbard got him on the wrist with a handhold. Third one on Jason, number 9 against Taylor, as both teams rack up fouls here in the second half. Durnell back in, replacing the sophomore Kamensky. And a 1-and-1 here for the excellent Paul Marinette. He's 3 of 3 from the line today. 15 points on 6 of 10 shooting. The first of 2 for the former Warsaw Tiger is good. Front rim, and he got the roll. 16 for him, 6 here in the second half. And the three-pointer looming even larger by Degenkolb, because the best Marinette can do is make it a 5-point hole for SAU, which he does on a swish. 17 for Marinette. And Taylor on top, 61-56, with 2:50 remaining here in the second half as Taylor looks for the season sweep of SAU. The two teams split the games last year, each team winning on their home floor. Degenkolb back to the near sideline, and Robinson, as Taylor trying to run some shot clock here. Robinson drives, draws through defenders. Pena right there. Nobody guards him, so he'll attack the paint. Bulldozing in, angling. He got it, but they emphatically waved the call off, waved the shot off, saying that DeWilt got him on the hip check at the angle, at the elbow. The third one on DeWilt, number 9, against SAU. And if they gave continuation, that bad boy would have counted, because CJ just steamrolled his way to the paint and then spun it home off the right side glass. A 1-and-1 for CJ. 2 of 2 from the line today. And now 3 of 3. 15 for Pena. 1 better than his rebounding total today. 7 points. Taylor lead. Or 6-point Taylor lead, excuse me. And it hit the front rim and goes in. It's now a 7-point Taylor lead. 63-56, 2:30 remaining here in this second half as Marindet let the ball roll all the way to the timeline before picking up. Crafty move by the senior. Left side sideline, it's Barber. Pena defending him. Degenkolb almost jumped the pass and poked it away, but Marindet got it back in. He shimmies his way in. He bulldozes. His shot is recycled by the two arms of Mason Degenkolb. Pena galloping to the front court. Robinson wants to push it. Taylor head coach Josh Andrews wants everybody to slow her on down. 2:05 to go. Taylor trying to build on their 7-point advantage. Robinson backs it out to the volleyball line. Nobody guards it now. Marindet steps. Here's Pena with Barber skipping to Hubbard. Fakes the three now, 8 to shoot. Degenkolb from way outside, off the back of the rim. McLeod will snatch it and give it back to Degenkolb. McLeod egging the crowd on as he hauls in his 5th rebound of the day. Degenkolb drives into the paint. Pena, a 3-ball off the right side rim as it glanced way short. CJ kicked those legs out, might not have had enough legs behind it. Then Marindet almost fumbled the ball away, threw it blindly back to Durnell, who wasn't there. And then the ball knocked away. Durnell able to pick it up and get it away from 2 Taylor defenders. DeWilt bumped by Robinson over contact long, crushing his Beckman, and he kicks it out to Durnell, who tees a 3. It's short off the near side rim, out of bounds, off of Beckman, and going back to Taylor. A minute 16 left in this one. Miranda comes in to get McLeod. James's mother and father across from us. Dad John, the former basketball player at UT Chattanooga, watching across from us. We missed them here on Tuesday. We're glad that Mr. and Mrs. McLeod sitting right across from us. Miranda back in for Taylor. Durnell out for SAU. Flannery back in. Full court press by the visitors. Robinson to Hubbard. Wanted to hand off back to Robinson, and then Flannery fouled Hubbard with a minute 14 left in this one, and Taylor has just been put in the double bonus. The SAU bench relays a message through Marindet to the rest of his mates on the floor. 2 free throws as Taylor's in the double bonus. Hubbard 4 of 4 from the stripe today. His first of 2 is good. 15 for Jason, 11 in the second half. Durnell in to replace Flannery. McLeod in for Miranda, as both teams now going to their offensive and defensive substitutions. DeWilt exits, and Denver Cade in for SAU. Denver Cade's a name that sounds like you should ride everywhere on horseback. Hubbard trying to stay perfect from the line today. And he does, a swish. 16 for Jason Hubbard, 6 of 6 on the line. Taylor takes a full timeout, leading by 9 with 1:14 left to go here in this one.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria, it's our taste.
Two notable shooting performances here in the second half for Taylor. Jason Hubbard with 16 points. He's 5 of 12 from the floor for the game, but Jason is 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second half. And James McLeod with 8 points and 7 rebounds and 3 assists for McLeod today. That ties a career high. He's 4 of 7 for the game, and James is a perfect 3 of 3 here in the second half. Taylor with a 9-point lead, almost a minute left here in the second half. Taylor trying to sweep the season series with Spring Arbor. Degenkolb switches on Marindet. Left elbow extended Durnell, trying to back down. Pena got to the block. Here's Barber trying to deal with a 7-foot wingspan of Hubbard. He'll airball a 3. It's tapped back through the hands of DeWilt into Robinson's mitts. He accelerates. Here's Hubbard, who goes in for a 2-hand flush. And that might be the exclamation point to this one. With 52 seconds left, Taylor leads by 11. Driving is Beckman, he'll flip one home with a right hand as he went to the right side glass. 13 for Beckman. Just 5 here in the second half. A foul in the backcourt for SAU on Robinson will send Taylor to the line for a pair. That's Durnell's second. 43 and 2/10 of a second left here. Robinson trying to find his first points of the second half. 12 in the opening 20 for Robinson. The first of 2, perfect. 2 of 2 from the stripe today is Robinson. Second free throw, perfect. 14 for Robinson. Taylor up by 11 once again. With 40 seconds left, Barber left sideline has been scoreless today. Degenkolb defending. Left side high, Durnell skipping into a dribble, trying to bulldoze. Pena knocked it out of his hands, but they'll say CJ got him on the fingertips as CJ skips up and down and sends a sly smile out. That's CJ's 4th and the 10th one against Taylor. Durnell to the line for a pair. And Durnell has had his struggles from the line today, but he's been good since. 4 of 6, and now 5 of 7. Durnell's having a really nice day today. 19 points, 11 in the second half. McLeod out, replaced by his classmate Miranda for Taylor. 32.8 seconds left. The Taylor lead is 10, and it remains that as Durnell misses off the front rim. The miss tapped off the glass all the way out as Robinson accelerating. Now he'll back out as the game clock and shot clock are almost identical. Robinson running away from Durnell. SAU's got a foul. They're down 10. They haven't fouled yet. Robinson slips it through. Miranda will back it out as Taylor can almost run this one out. The game clock is just ahead of the shot clock as Durnell comes in trying to poke it away from Robinson. Marindet there, but Robinson will run out these last few seconds. He tells everyone he's not going to shoot it because he doesn't have to. Taylor sweeps the defending national champion Spring Arbor Cougars. The final today inside Odell Arena. Taylor 69, Spring Arbor 59. They hold SAU 11 points below their season average and sweep SAU here in 2019-2020. We'll have a lot of things to talk about on this one. Won't you join us for the Ivanhoe's postgame show? We have that next. Taylor wins. They take the season series with Spring Arbor, and they now are tied with the Cougars for 7th place in the Crossroads League standings. The Trojans 12 and 10 overall, and now 4 and 6 in the Crossroads League. We're back with the Ivanhoe's postgame show. That's next on the Trojan Sports Network.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
It's true. Many of us spend more time thinking about what's for dinner than thinking about retirement. But if you think your retirement needs deserve more attention, we agree, and we'd like to help. Your local Edward Jones financial advisors, Ryan Jones, Mark Sieglin, and Rob Sisson, can help you get started today. They are proud corporate partners of Taylor University Athletics. Edward Jones, making sense of investing.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
Your heart, well, your heart is everything to you and your body, and its favorite place to be is home. Marion General Hospital has been named a nationally accredited chest pain center, which is the highest accomplishment in cardiovascular care. We are proud to provide our community with a team of cardiac experts throughout MGH. From our ambulance and emergency room to our cardiovascular departments in partnership with our experienced local cardiologists and interventional cardiologists from St. Vincent's Medical Group. The same level of cardiovascular expertise in bigger cities at larger hospitals is available right here. Everyone has their expertise. At MGH, our expertise is your heart, bringing the best in the nation home to you. Your heart is in the right place at MGH.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland. Join the Trojan Club today and support Taylor student athletes 12 months a year. The Trojan Club has 5 different levels of membership for you to choose from. You can join for as low as $150, all the way up to the Trojan MVP level for $1,500. Each level receives premiums, complimentary season tickets, as well as gifts from the athletic department. Members also receive special recognition during halftime of the annual Silent Night game. In recent years, members have helped supply the funds for a sports information position, purchasing equipment for teams and the athletic training staff, and providing broadcasts of Trojan athletics like the one you're enjoying right now. With the support of alumni and friends, the Taylor combination of spiritual growth, outstanding academics, and a highly competitive intercollegiate athletic program can continue. To join, call 765-998-5311 or log on to TaylorTrojans.com and click on the Trojan Club tab at the top of the homepage. The Trojan Club, supporting Taylor University student athletes.
Greek's Pizzeria in Upland opened its doors in December of 2017. Over the years, there have been more than 140 Greeks opened across the country, with 24 Indiana locations. When it comes to pizza, Greeks offers customers the option to create their own pizza or to try one of Greek's specialized pizzas. Greeks uses fresh, homemade, hand-tossed dough, Greek's Italian sauce, select blended cheeses, gourmet toppings, and the same method of preparation since the first restaurant opened in 1969. The kitchen can also whip up a sandwich served on fresh French-style bread, or it can put that sandwich into a pizza shell wrap. Customers can also add breadsticks or French-style bread as a side item. Greeks also offers a selection of salads and assorted dressings as well. Greeks is located just off Main Street in Upland and is a proud supporter of Taylor University Athletics. Greek's Pizzeria. It's our taste.
Hi, everybody watching at home. Rick Johnston, Josh Andrews is looking at our. You're not used to us having dessert up here for you, right? I think it helps when we unmute you, right?
Yeah, so that's good stuff. I don't want it, but thanks for having it here. Yeah.
Just in case you're wondering, I did not bake any of that, which is probably a good thing for everybody. You guys get obviously a huge win today. You sweep Spring Arbor, the defending national champions. You guys got a big stretch there late in the first half, highlighted by a 3 to put you up 2. That James gets a big steal to make sure Spring Arbor can't get one last shot. How big was that moment to propel you guys to your second half performance?
Yeah, I thought we finished the first half really strong. I really did. We were a little bit in a lull. They were kind of getting the ball where they wanted in the first half, and that last 3, 4, 5 minutes, whatever it was, we took a little bit of a momentum shift. I thought we got really tough. We got some stops. That play you mentioned was terrific, and then came out in the second half, and I thought our execution was at an all-time high today for this season. To have 15 assists compared to 4 turnovers is remarkable. That's high-level basketball.
At one point there, midway or early part in that second half, you outscored to build a 9-point lead. You outscore SAU 14-7, and you guys were getting points. It seemed like everybody. What led to that early success in the second half?
I'd have to go back and see the film, Rick. I was so impressed by our 2 seniors. I just thought they played like leaders. From Mason Degenkolb to play 35 minutes and to he guarded Barber the most of that time, and to hold that young man to 0 is just so impressive. So his commitment to defend and be tough, and then to make big plays. His 3 late was huge. And then I thought Ryan really managed the game. He just was a point guard leader for us today, scored when he needed to early, and then just put the ball in the right hands and was tough. He had 4 assists and no turnovers. So I give a lot of the credit to the way those 2 seniors competed today.
Your sophomores weren't too shabby today. CJ obviously making his 3rd game back, but I want to talk about Jason. He did it offensively, did it defensively today. I think he blocked that shot in the first half with his elbow and just erased that shot from any thought of that thing going in. And then Jason scores 14 points on 4 of 5 shooting in the second half for 18 points overall. He also made all 6 of his free throws. All of those came in the second half. How big was he today on both ends?
Yeah, we got after him on a couple of decisions early, and he handled some tough coaching because he's a tough kid. And what those guys did, the 2 sophomores let the 2 seniors make plays for them, and then the rest is history. And that's just kind of the balance our team has to play with. And they made big plays after that. I thought both of those guys as sophomores were all over the glass, chasing the glass on the offensive end. We finished with 14 offensive rebounds to their 6. That's just a gritty, tough effort by the Trojans, and those 2 young men were warriors on the glass.
Yeah, CJ has 14 rebounds. He had 9 at halftime. He finishes with 16 points, and at one point he had made 4 threes in a row.
Yeah.
He really got it cooking there, and it looks like he's kind of getting back to form after missing 6 weeks.
Finding his legs and balance, and some of it's just shot selection and patience. We get a little hurried, we get a little rushed at times, and we're trying to still find that balance. And if we'll do that, this team, I've said it to you all year, but we're such a dangerous team, and today we were. And today it was the grit and the execution. We had talked execution and toughness, because that's how you can beat a Spring Arbor, and we had it in spades today. We really did.
You only gave up 59 points today. They averaged 71 per season or per game. And Meredith's fantastic, and he got his points today, but he only took 4 shots in that whole second half when he was on there for pretty much the whole time.
Yeah. It bothered him. I made it tough on him. Jason did a great job. Vince did a good job when he guarded him, and it was a team effort. And just very proud of our guys' approach to the game, the way they managed themselves, and emotion and the big atmosphere. It's just very impressive.
The other guy that I thought played really, really well, we talked about his steal at the end of the first half, but James has 8 points and 7 rebounds. And there were a couple of times where if he didn't get the rebound, he tapped out to somebody to get the offensive rebound, and then he had a couple of just big defensive plays there late. You would talk about grit. I think it epitomizes him, right?
He epitomizes how we want to play, just tough, plays for his teammates. You can coach him hard. He's cares about guys. He's an emotional guy in the right way, and just so gritty. So proud of him. It's fun to coach. And today our guys are very fun to coach, and we love them, and hopefully we have a lot of success ahead of us in these next 8.
Real exciting one today. I mean, this place was really rocking, but you'd expect that with the Spring Arbor game here, right?
It was big. Spring Arbor's so good, and we're very proud of our guys to knock them off twice this year. That's quite a feat.
You're 12-10, 4-6 in the league, tied with Spring Arbor now, but you have the tiebreaker by sweeping them this year. Best of luck on Tuesday at Marion, and we'll talk to you before Bethel on Saturday.
Thank you, Rick. Appreciate it.
That is Josh Andrews, the Taylor basketball head coach, joining us today. We'll be joined by 2 more basketball players. They will be the sophomores. We already talked about one. So Mr. and Mrs. Pena, stay tuned. Your son's doing his newspaper interview right now, but we're joined by his high-flying sophomore running mate, Jason Hubbard. Hello, Jason Hubbard.
Hey.
The last time you were here, we didn't have dessert. We have dessert now. I think it's going to be a thing from now on.
Okay. Looking pretty good here.
It's
I like
not bad.
Options.
Yeah. We'll let you take one of those home with you.
Yeah.
You had let's find you here. You had just 6 points at the half, or 4 points at the half, excuse me, and you shot just 2 of 8. You finished with 14 second half points. What changed from half 1 to half 2?
I just have to find my rhythm, get locked in. I did have a rough first half, and it's kind of down on myself. But being able to take that time at halftime, just meditate and adjust, make sure I come out firing in the second half. Teammates helped me, found me, got me the ball. So felt good.
You only had 1 block today, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
For someone like myself who is vertically challenged at 5'8", who will never be able to jump that high or do something like that, is it as cool to do that as I think it is?
Oh, yeah, it's really fun.
Okay,
yeah.
Good. I just wanted to make sure that as cool as I think it would be, I just want to make sure it is. This place lost its mind when you did that. Can you feel that energy? And then it goes to a time and then everybody just loses their mind again. Can you feel that when you make a big play like that?
Yeah, I mean, I hear it, and it feels good to be able to get up and make that play. The crowd gets into it, and it definitely feels our momentum too. So.
You have taken such a big leap defensively from last year as a freshman to this year as a sophomore, and you are getting every opponent's best wing guy. You had to defend Marindet for almost the whole day today. He's going to be one of the best players in league history. How much do you look forward to those type of challenges every week? Because it's tough to do, and you did it on both ends today, scoring a team-high 18 points and then keeping a guy so talented like Marindet in check today.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. I love the challenge. I embrace the challenge every night. Coach needs me to guard whoever, and more times than not, it's the best guy. So I'm going to go out there and give it my all. Glory be to God that I'm able to do that and get the opportunity, so make the best of it.
Before we let you go, anyone you want to say hi to back home that's watching? I know Mom and Dad are here, but they don't know you're getting injured because they're talking to somebody, but that's okay. They can watch it later.
I'll say hi to my brothers and sisters if they're watching right now, and I'll say hi to any of my grandparents, aunts, uncles that are watching right now, cousins. Appreciate y'all.
18 points, 5 boards, and that monster block in the first half. I think we're going to put that on the internet later today. My friend, congratulations.
Yes, sir.
Best of luck at Marion, and let's bring that backcourt mate, your buddy up here, CJ Pena. CJ today had 16 points, 8 in each half. He had 9 rebounds at halftime. He finishes with 14, 4 of 9 from the floor, 4 of 7 from 3. And let's get you fixed here. All right, before we go, you got me?
Yeah, I can hear.
Since Mom and Dad aren't here, you want to say hi to Mom and Dad and everybody?
Hi, Mom and Dad. So, Kylan and Caden.
Anyone else? No? Man.
Oh.
That's it. Oh.
Hogan's. What's up, Hogan's? I know you guys are watching. Love y'all.
Well, it sure has been an interesting 6 weeks for you. You have just such a monster game at Bethel, and then everything happens with the leg injury, the night of, the day after. I'm sure it was a really long 6 weeks for you. What have been the last 3 games like for you?
Last 3 games, it's really been, I wouldn't say tough getting back because I just know of all the hard work I've been putting in and just how God has been in my life. Just been healing me in this process. Our church, they've been praying. We all went on a fast just for us to get back. So these last 3 games has really been good to be able to be productive and just to help my team become better and get wins.
You had 16 points, 14 rebounds today. When you went down with that injury, you were leading the Crossroads League in both rebounds per game and total rebounds. How is that one of the games, the element you've taken this year, rebounding to take your game to that next level as a sophomore?
Yeah, that was definitely a focus. I know our coaches talked about it, and when I was talking to my dad, he's like, I mean, everybody can score, but like, what can you do besides that? And then like when you're not scoring, I know coaches talk about if you're not scoring, what else can you do? So I just really focus on dominating the glass because I know that's really what our team needs, especially how small we are. So it's really important for me, Jason James, to go get rebounds, and I think that really helped our team out.
You hit that 3 after the ball pinballed around. What's going through your mind when that ball's just getting ricocheted around and then it ends up in your hands and you let her fly and it goes in and then the place is loose its mind?
I don't know. I think I was just in a moment. I mean, it was a great hustle by our team, and it just happened to find my hand. So it felt good. I felt in rhythm, and my coaches always say, if you're in rhythm, let it go, because we believe in that shot, and we know that you believe in that shot. So.
how much fun is it to play in a game like this when you guys, you get the big push to end the first half, and then you go on that, and you just start making play after play there in the second half in front of the home crowd and everything that comes with it.
I think it was really good. It was fun too, and I think it was really good for our seniors because I know they've been working really hard, and I really believe I was telling them after our loss to Iowa, I said next time we're gonna get them. I said our next game was like every game just for y'all. I was like, y'all got like 8 games left, so you know what I'm saying. It's like whatever we can do to like make their senior season like the best is like we don't know if they're like playing afterwards or what their plans for, but it was really fun, especially we had the crowd behind us. But it's been really good. And I think it was really good for our seniors too.
Having a lot of fun being back. I'm sure it's pretty. You and I talked those first couple days after you're looking pretty down, but you got that big smile on your face, and I'm sure the last three games that'd be pretty big for you, right?
Yeah, I've been extremely grateful and just thanking God that I'm back and playing and trying to get back to my full self.
Well, we're thankful you're back too, buddy. Keep it up next week, all right?
I appreciate it. Thank you.
All right, as CJ Pena, you shook my hand. That's weird. We never shake hands. That's okay. That's fine. We're professional here. It's okay. Whatever. CJ. See you, buddy. As CJ Pena, him and Jason have bright futures. They're really, really good. And they're very tall. They're very fun to be around. We'll be back to wrap it up after this.
Ivanhoe's has been serving Taylor students since 1965, when Ivan and Carol Slane purchased the restaurant. Located on Main Street, Ivanhoe's is less than a mile from the Taylor campus and is open 7 days a week. The menu features choices for lunch, dinner, as well as 100 different milkshakes and sundaes. Customers can find other dessert items as well. The staff is proud to support Taylor University and appreciates the support of Ivanhoe's through the years.
What limits you? Too small, too old, insecure, broken. You have no limits. Rethink your limits.
Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland is proud to support Taylor University Athletics. Located at 148 South Main Street, Best One is open 6 days a week. Owner Mike Pearson and his staff offer replacement tires from brands like Bridgestone, Firestone, and Goodyear. Customers can also shop for tires from the comfort of their home by using the online tire finder. When it's time for mechanical repairs, Best One's ASE certified technicians can perform a wide range of services to get their customers back on the road. And those same technicians can do repairs on fleet vehicles as well. Taylor Athletics says thank you to Mike Pearson and everyone at Best One Tire and Auto Care Upland.
Back inside Odell Arena one final time today as we look back through the box score very quickly. Taylor shot 43% from the floor in the second half. Neither team shot the three really well today, but Taylor outscored SAU by 18 points from beyond the arc, 8 makes to 2 makes, and that was the big difference today. Both teams made 23 field goals. Taylor made 4 more free throws, but it was that three-point shooting ability by the Trojans. They made 8 out of their 24 tries, for just 33%, below their season average. But they held Spring Arbor 4 makes below their season average, and they also limited them to 21 percentage points below their season average. They shot just 17% today. They came in shooting 38%. So now both teams sit at 4 and 6 in the Crossroads League standings, but the Trojans would be in 7th place if the season ended today. That's because they have the season sweep, which is the first tiebreaker over Spring Arbor. The Trojans sit at 12 and 10 on the year. SAU falls to 13 and 9. The Trojans had 4 in double figures, led by Jason Hubbard's 18 points, including 14 of those in the second half. Jason was 6 of 13 from the floor overall, but 4 of 5 after halftime. CJ Pena added 16 points and a game-high 14 rebounds for his first double-double back since injury. Ryan Robinson chipped in 14 points, 12 in the opening half. And Mason Degenkolb added 11 points, 9 after halftime, and his only 3 was a monster one that gave Taylor a little more breathing room there in the second half. For SAU, they had 3 players in double figures. Durnell with 19, 11 after halftime. 13 for Jeff Beckman, and 17 for the always entertaining Paul Marindet. Adding 8 points was James McLeod with 7 rebounds, 2 for Vincent Miranda. Clayton played, but did not score. 2 blocks today, 1 for Hubbard and 1 for Degenkolb, 2 for SAU, both by Marindet. Taylor got dominated in the paint 38-24, but they had the 5-0 fast break points, and Taylor only turned it over 4 times today. SAU turned it over 8 times, leading to 3 Taylor points. The bench points for SAU, 8-2 in their favor. Second chance points for Taylor, they had 4-2 on their 14 offensive rebounds. Special thanks to our producer today, Emily Daniels, and our camera operator, Josh Fenwick. The executive producer of the Trojan Sports Network is Cameron Andre. Taylor's on the road on Tuesday to take on Marion. They're back here next Saturday when they take on the Pilots of Bethel here at 3 o'clock from here inside Odell Arena. Taylor gets the season sweep of Spring Arbor this afternoon, defeating the Cougars, the defending national champions, 69-59 to improve to 12-10 on the year and 4-6 in the Crossroads League. This has been a presentation of Taylor Men's Basketball on the Trojan Sports Network. Until next week, we say goodnight from Upland, Indiana.